Welcome back to Energetically You, where we talk all things optimal wellness, abundant mindset, and wellpreneurship. I'm your host, Megan Swan, a wellness, mindset, and integrated wellness business coach, and the founder of the Sustainable Integrated Wellness Approach. I help high-performance women thread more wellness into their lifestyle so it becomes a way of life and not a check mark on their to-do list. I design custom, approachable lifestyle strategies because, let's face it, there is no one-size-fits-all wellness. Today, I am excited to interview Militsa. She is a certified life and NLP master coach. She loves helping busy professionals, both men and women, who are uncertain of their greater purpose, private and professional. And she helps them gain clarity and direction on what is next, the right next step in their lives. Love that. So we're going to dive into NLP, money mindset, and all the things. You can find Militsa on her website. She's also got a YouTube channel, Instagram, and I believe she mentioned she's on TikTok, but we'll share all of her links in the show notes. Let's dive in. Welcome, Militsa. It's such a pleasure to have you here today. Can you briefly introduce yourself, and please do me the honor of pronouncing your beautiful last name?
Hello, Megan. I'm so happy to meet you. Yes, my name is Militsa Trendafilova. For your listeners, I'm from Bulgaria, country in Europe. And right now I'm living in Krakow, Poland, which is, of course, also in Europe. My background is that I'm a certified NLP master and life coach, and I help busy professionals, both men and women, to gain clarity and to move towards solutions in their private and professional life.
Beautiful. So tell us a little bit more about how you personally discovered your journey with NLP, and if you wouldn't mind, like a very brief definition of what NLP is for those of us who don't know or maybe aren't sure.
Yeah, sure. Back in 2019, I was thinking that I want to start something for myself, like working for myself, building an online business. I just always knew that I will be in that area of entrepreneurship, but I was still in the moment where I didn't know exactly what should I pursue. But COVID hits in 2020, and this was the moment which brings me very, very much clarity that I want to help people connect with their authenticity, bring clarity and bring guidance and mentorship on how they can move towards outcomes, desired outcomes, and peaceful resolution in their entire lifetime. And NLP is a set of techniques which helps us rewire our subconscious mind. 95% of us, we act in our life based on our subconscious mind, not in our consciousness. So I just thought that this would be a wonderful way to bring my authenticity out there and to show people that actually, when we are authentic, we can attract much more in our life based on who we are, not based on comparing our story with somebody else's life. So yes, this is how I find out about NLP. It came very naturally. I just, one day I search in Google life coaching and somehow NLP pops out, and I say to myself, well, maybe I should see what it is. And then I found out that NLP, it is different techniques which we should use during our communication with clients, and they're part of psychological approach and how we experience our inner emotions through NLP in the outer world. It's a little bit more broad, but when you start speaking and talking with the specific client, you can easily understand how and what kind of question you should ask based on their specific story. Right now it's a little bit vague because I don't have, let's say, story which I can unfold and I can understand more deeper what is the issue and how we can move toward brighter future.
Yeah. Can you maybe give us an example that you have personally worked through using NLP?
Yeah.
And is that something you can do on yourself, or do you always need to work with a coach?
Yes, sure. You can do on yourself. I have two very favorite NLP techniques. The first one is NLP reframing, which is an idea of, let's say that we have a specific story in our minds. For example, I don't know, maybe you can say that you don't have the job that you want to experience, let's say. And in a way, you compare yourself with somebody else who make more money than you do. And you're saying to yourself, well, what is happening? Why I'm not in the best job ever, when somebody is able to actually be there for themselves. And when an NLP master coach, he can help you reframe the story you speak in your head. Because many people, they just stay in this stuckness, self-sabotaging thoughts, which are most of the time avoids to take the step towards what you want to achieve. So basically in this reframing process, you can say to yourself, okay, well, let me see myself from a bird's point perspective, or let me see myself from a observer point of view, natural observer, somebody who is, next to you, but it's not you. Put yourself in your shoes in a way that it's not actually you, if that makes sense. Just to see yourself from different angle. I think that you should be very, very much aware of your emotion and thoughts in order to bring yourself out of this space. In my opinion, it is very good to work with coach who can navigate you during this process, because it's much more easier than you when you have mentor, you can focus on your emotions only, and you can leave the tech part for somebody else who knows what he's doing, like what questions to ask. Also, the NLP coach, he observes your body, he can see how you think, what you think. Like in NLP, we have 3 different type of transporting the information in our mind, which is kinesthetic, auditory, and visual. Just 1 minute. Kinesthetic, auditory, and visually. Yes. So how we see in our mind and how we speak and how we feel, it's all different. And when you have an NLP coach next to you, he can really support you because he sees your body language.
Yeah, he or she, right? So
yeah, exactly, he or she.
I wanted to kind of focus on how NLP can support us into embodying or reframing into a more abundant mindset. And I know a common thing that a lot of people need to work on or like to work on is their money mindset. What are the stories that we tell ourselves around money? Like common ones, I think, such as I have to work really hard to earn a lot of money, or feeling like a sense of security with always saving money, or just all the ways that we frame like what we should and should do with money, how we're going to earn it. Is that something that you work with clients?
Yes, exactly. This is maybe the first reason why I decided to start practicing NLP, because myself, I have so much limiting beliefs around money. I'm coming from a small country, from very, let's say, the country, it is beautiful, but it's not, it's not that much like USA or Canada, where people are more like broad and they know that their finances are. In my mind, it is very different when you come from a small country than if you're from a big country. And for me, this was a huge block, because I believed that, well, I'm from a small country, so then why should I work as an NLP coach on a world level? Why me? What's different with me? And with the time, I just start reprogramming my consciousness and start bringing to the surface those limiting beliefs and those self-sabotaging thoughts, because I become aware where my limits are. And NLP really helps me to see myself in a place which I want to be, let's say, 5 years from now. How does this help me? When I just start visualizing more who I want to become, and I pretend that I'm already there. And I was asking myself, well, if you're already there, how your life is going to change? Because something that is common, and it is in my mind a mistake, many people think that with, overnight they can change their life with few techniques. This is not possible if you don't see yourself that you already have it. And when you see yourself, you have to change something, and change is difficult. Change brings, feelings that you're not in your comfort zone, and you just have to push through. And the best way to push through is to have somebody who can actually mentor you on this way, because many people, including me, for me, it was very difficult to see different. Why me? Why should I, work with people who are in Canada or US? Why me? Many people will choose to work with somebody who is native speaker, let's say, not with, because my first language is not English. And this was another limiting belief which I had. And yeah, it needs time, but when you have somebody who can guide you, who can support you, you can bring that abundant mindset in your current life. And it is just a matter of time, maybe 6 to 1 year, depend on your consistency, discipline, just to switch your reality. I truly believe that.
Yeah. So I love this. Can you talk a little bit more specifically about, because as far as I can understand it, part of visualizing yourself and putting yourself there, like you say, from a bird's eye view, one is, actually embodying that visualization, like in visualizing all 5 senses, like what is that experience of being there? And then also that it's sort of like a trick to the subconscious, because
exactly it's a trick. Fake it till you make it. You just have to somehow lie your subconscious that you're already there. And your subconscious, he doesn't know the difference between your real life and what's going on actually in your subconscious mind. For your subconscious mind, your thoughts are first, and then is the matter, then is the material life. And many people, they see exactly the opposite. They say, oh, I don't have it in my material life, so I'm not going to have it in my imagination also. Why should I try? Well, because first is your thoughts, first is your feelings, how you feel it. Do you connect it with it in an unknown level? And then when you see it in your mind's eye, then you will experience it. And here many people in my mind, they give up, because most of us were programmed to believe in what we touch, in what we can see, in what we can taste, because we need evidence for something that exists. And in the reality, our thoughts, our mind doesn't work like that. We should first feel it, that is possible to appear, and then based on our consistency, based on who we are as person, what we attract, we will manifest in our real life, in our material life.
Yeah. Can you speak a little bit more specifically to how it's not our fault that we have a lack or a scarcity mindset? It's kind of like our default. What's not sort of natural is believing that you can be anything you want, do anything you want. So can you explain to the audience a little bit about, how the brain works in that sense, and how scarcity mindset is really designed to protect us?
Yes. Yeah, sure. It is not our fault that we believe in matter than in the unknown, because as I mentioned, we as humans, most of us, we think that whatever we can touch, this is the real. And I believe I have, kind of my understanding about those stuff. And I truly believe that we came on this planet Earth to experience always a sense of higher power, which is within us. And if we, let's say that if we were programmed to be abundant always, like to have the best life, the best experience, the best family, the money, well, why you're on this planet Earth? What are you going to improve? You have everything, right? And many people, including me, we're not starting from one place. We don't have equal start. For example, I'm coming from Bulgaria, right? In Bulgaria, we speak Bulgarian. And for me, it was not enough to start studying about NLP. I had to improve my vocabulary, my English, in order to have pure communication with somebody who is native speaker. So basically my start and the start to other person who is already native English speaker, he's, I don't know, 10 or let's say many years ahead of me, because he's just, he was born in the environment. And in this state of thinking, if you start saying to yourself, well, I have luck because I was born in a different country, well, what different you can bring to the table besides your language? Maybe you have unique skills, maybe you have amazing ways of touching people in a different way. Use your strengths as part of your background. And I think that in my mind, luck is really way for improvement. It's really sense to say to yourself that you're here not to become somebody who maybe somebody wants from you to become, but you're here to really unleash the divinity within yourself. At least that's how I see luck. I don't see it as something bad, as something that you will never achieve success or whatever. Maybe you need more time, let's say. It's not going to happen for you for 1 year, for 2 years, but will happen for you at some point, for sure. If you don't give up, of course, if you continue walking your way and continue improving. That's how I see we should, we should explore, discover, and dig deep inside a little bit more.
Yeah. So these sorts of techniques that you use with your clients, is the idea that you sort of instill them in them as a practice, if you will, like something that they can then sort of work themselves through in the future, because I'm sure you agree that, like, you have these limiting beliefs and then you do a lot of work and it's easier to reframe, but we always come up against a new limiting belief, like whatever the next, obstacle or level that we're trying to achieve. It's just part of our nature that we still it's not like you're going to be cured of doubt, of self-doubt. It's more just a more efficient rewiring or reframe every time that these things come up. Can you share with us a technique specific to abundant mindset, or helping someone work through a limiting belief around their capacity to earn money, or whatever you want to share with us would be amazing.
Yes. NLP timeline technique is something which I think that it's very good for abundant mindset, and it is in the present moment to imagine, to visualize yourself, how your future self in 5 years from now will act with the resources your future self have already gained. In my mind, this is very good practice, because you can communicate out loud what at this specific moment you don't know, but you can start activating it because you already see yourself 5 years from now. I really like this technique, and I think that many people can relate, because they're saying when you speak it out loud, you bring it to your subconscious level that is part from your reality already. And with practice, with a little bit more, healthy stubbornness, you can achieve it for sure.
Yeah. So it's, for example, instead of when you're thinking about the future or visualizing the future, not using future version of the verb, like you put the whole story of where you are going to be in the present form, in the present context, and start telling yourself that story in the present, correct?
Exactly, correct. You're already here. You already achieved this. So let's see how is your life right now. What are you going to buy with this money? How much are you going to save? Where do you want to go? Do you want to have any kind of big dreams you want to achieve, or you prefer, let's say, to start business? Like, in my mind, the best medicine is somebody to imagine, to believe, just to bring them in that space of imagining. And when they listen, when you listen them, and when they speak it out loud, they somehow confirm what they already know about themselves.
Mm-hmm. And am I right? Like the more detailed and visceral that you can get about this visualization, back to the five senses, like what does your environment smell like? What are you wearing? How do you feel? Like, not only like on your skin, what does it feel like, but how do you feel emotionally? Like all those things you want to embody on a spiritual, mental, and emotional level as well.
Exactly. Yeah, you have to put yourself in the specific mind space which you already received this, and just to start filling up the missing pieces for you. And in my mind, this is pretty much, it helps so much because, as I mentioned a few minutes ago, we're not matter, we're spirituality, where something that is not yet appearing in our life will appear if we continue following the way of our authenticity.
Mm-hmm. Tell us what types of clients you're working with, or what are you focusing on this year that you're really passionate about?
Yes, this year I'm much more focusing on building connection with people who knows what they want, quality over quantity. I'm willing to take maximum 3 to 4 people per month because I really want to dig deep down into the emotion part and people to feel heard and to feel listened, because NLP, also any kind of psychological work, needs a lot of attention, a lot of holding space for the person to make their own steps by themselves in a phase, in a speed which is beneficial for them, not to hurry, not to rush. And I find this very, beautiful. And this is why I decided just to minimize the numbers, but to focus on quality. I work with people who are busy professionals, people who are in a rush, who are just need somebody to listen them and to bring them different point of view, to bring them idea which maybe it is within them, but they are not willing to see it because they're in the loop of events in their life, and they just need somebody who is their cheerleader next to them. Yeah, so this is it. And also I'm working on my YouTube channel slowly but firmly. YouTube is my favorite platform, to be honest, a social media platform. I upload every week one video. And yes, I think that this is what I have.
Cool. Did I remember correctly that you were on TikTok or thinking of starting TikTok too, or no?
I am on TikTok, but to be honest with you, I don't know. I found TikTok platform which is much more about engaging, but you cannot make that nurturing connection with people. You just, dance loud. Yeah, those stuff are nice. I think that my niche, coaching and NLP, it's much more kind of I should show myself as an authority, as an expert. And in TikTok, it's a little bit more, funny stuff, like something for the chill, relax, entertaining. I'm not saying that those kind of stuff are not good. They are, but I think that the people who wants to work with me and who are searching for me, they're not going to search me in TikTok. I don't know why. Just my kind of perception.
Yeah, well, you need to follow your instincts on this too. And
yes.
as it goes, at the end of the day, all of these platforms are social. And so
exactly.
if it's not calling you in that sense, then it's better to put your energy somewhere where it is calling you. YouTube's amazing. I need to put more energy into that. It's on the list maybe for the end of this year.
Yes, I'll cross fingers to you. I will subscribe. Just let me know when you start uploading.
Amazing. So what is your preferred way that people get in touch with you if they're interested to hear more about working with NLP to rewire?
Yes. I send you this form, which is authentic self-review. You can copy the link above or below this podcast. They can fill the authentic self-review. I will read their answers and I will come back to them with, email confirmation. Also, if they want, they can find me on Instagram and YouTube. Those two platforms I'm much more active comparing with TikTok. Yeah, so Instagram, YouTube, authentic self-review. This is where
we'll have all those links in the show notes, and it's been so wonderful chatting with you. I think no matter where you are in the world or in life, it's always good to have more awareness around money mindset, abundant mindset, in general, like the stories that we're telling ourselves that are holding us back. And
exactly.
And these tools are so powerful. And of course, working with someone to help you walk through them is even that much more powerful. So thank you so much for being here, Militsa. And any last thoughts you want to leave us with?
I just want to say to people that being authentic and being, love, wisdom, and truth is something that will be, from now on, modern, will be the new kind of a deal for many people, and we should put your life in a way, we should start our life in a way that is based on light and really service and value. And I do believe that whatever we set our intention to will be part of our reality if we first believe that we are capable.
Beautiful. Totally agree. Well, I thank you again for your time, and we will be in touch.
Thank you, Megan.